Hi, I'm going to give a quick introduction to PriorityVax. It's a platform at Sabin Vaccine Institute to support priority setting for vaccines. This platform is built on three core values. The first of which is to promote sustainable decision making. That sustainability is multifaceted, and PriorityVax is a tool that is meant to capture these different, often competing demands on systems that are already constrained. The second point is that PriorityVax has to be accessible to any decision maker, advisory group, or indeed different stakeholders. Evidence might come in many different formats. PriorityVax is designed to utilise whatever information is available so that the decision is grounded in the local context. This is important because this local context means that there are more appropriate decisions for health that address local drivers of equity and help to promote local ownership. Last, PriorityVax facilitates a transparent process. Priority setting is a balancing act, and PriorityVax promotes capturing implicit values and making them explicit. It supports the use of evidence, including citations and referencing of sources, and it can be used interactively to demonstrate the deliberative process. In the end, it can generate a standardized, shareable report that can be combined with a more detailed narrative to show how evidence was used. The tool is built to be user-friendly. It's online and accessible from any web-enabled device, using simple buttons and sliders to navigate and enter evidence. The robust methodology behind PriorityVax can accommodate a wide range of scenarios, pretty much any prioritization process you can describe. And to that end, PriorityVax is flexible and customizable to your needs. If you had a particular decision-making process, for example, then PriorityVax can facilitate discussions with interactive results to probe the sensitivity of subjective weights. Or you might use it interactively to explore the implications of uncertainty, for example in published values, or evidence from different studies, or the confidence intervals around data. You might want to adapt an existing decision-making framework to accommodate different factors. And you almost certainly want to share the outputs with other stakeholders. The readouts from PriorityVax are easily annotated and can be shared to give an audit trail from evidence to recommendation. Within the COVID-19 Vaccine Equity project, PriorityVax is being used to explore several challenges. The most obvious is a prioritisation between different risk groups. For example, looking at adaptation and implementation of the WHO roadmap. In this example, we took the early qualitative data from the WHO SAGE committee to try to look at prioritisation of groups based on risk. With new evidence emerging all the time, and the epidemiological situation changing in many countries, these analyses can be rapidly revisited and updated to accommodate new evidence. The second is then to ask where those risk groups are within a country. Having identified who gets the vaccine first, the challenges of rolling out a vaccine campaign hinge on getting it to the right places and overcoming barriers of equity. A really exciting development has been the Sergo Index on COVID vulnerability. One of the principal challenges to any decision makers just now is the lack of information. But the absence of data doesn't make the decision go away. Fortunately, PriorityVax can accommodate different types of information, including qualitative scales, that could be revised and updated as data become clearer. But it also takes information, for example, from the Sergo group, that explicitly address issues that might not normally be quantified. In this example, to address issues of subnational allocation, we populated the model with some data dimensions from Sergo to evidence issues of equity. These can supplement more quantifiable measures of, for example, current disease burden, the population density, to get a sense of where populations are at greatest need. The third example might be increasingly important as new vaccines reach the end of their clinical trials and become available, and that's to consider the alignment between vaccine characteristics and local requirements. For completeness, we would also add that PriorityVax has previously been used to examine the introduction of new vaccines within context of health needs. And as the pandemic wears on, this might become more of an issue later as the broader question of how vaccine decisions are made. The Sabin Vaccine Institute is actively engaged with promoting transparent and equitable prioritisation and allocation efforts, and these largely centre on 3 points. First, the identification and engagement with relevant stakeholders. The second is to support decision makers with their prioritisation process and to see how PriorityVax might integrate to support them. And the third is to facilitate the tool's use and provide technical support, whether that's through self-guided documentation, remote or even in-person support. Thank you very much. We look forward to hearing your comments.